Hi there everyone, good day. Now as you can see in front of me, right, I've actually completed my mode on my Zotac 1070 Ti. Okay, what makes me do this mode itself, right, it all started off with the graphic card itself. I got this off from a user, which is pretty cheap, and I should say that the previous owner, right, was like, didn't maintain the card well. So as I was cleaning it, right, I found out that there are a lot of problems with this. Now, I've actually taken off this from a dustbin itself, right? This is actually the original card itself. As you can see, there's so much dust accumulated. See, this is like filthy. And of course, the heatsink itself, it's pretty terrible. I removed all the card, clean it off, then I did a treatment on this card itself, as in like cleaning it off. Then I got hold of this AIO, which is sitting here. Supposedly it comes with this, or should I say, this is actually the original piece of the AIO, whereby the AIO itself is down here and it cools the choke over here. But somehow this card itself, right, I did a big mistake whereby it's not a full-length 1070 Ti card. In fact, it's actually a mini card. So somehow it didn't fit. Okay, I can't turn it this way, it can't fit. So I did the mode itself. And having a lot of consideration on this mode itself, right, I've been thinking the different ways to do it. So I've actually decided to make use of the PVC concealer, or should I say the wire concealers. As you can see over here, right, I've not taped anything down here. This is the piece that I've actually made use of. And the top piece is actually acrylic. So having to actually surround all the sides and to paste this on here, consider some facts that this card itself, right, besides of having it water cool, right, I do believe that there are some info regarding about card having to sag on the motherboard itself, or should I say when you plug this onto your motherboard itself, right, it will sag. So one thing that I actually calculated accurately, which is actually this piece here. So when it's slot, right, on the motherboard itself, right, this will actually act as a support plus this. Okay, as you can see, it's actually a U shape. So this support the slot itself, and this will sit on your motherboard itself, and you will not cause any damages because this is actually acrylic, so it's not conductive. This fan is actually plugged onto the circuit on the card itself. It's not an external connector whereby, you know, this is actually for the AIO and this is actually for the fan, okay, on the radiator itself. But for this, right, it's making use of the connection within the card itself. And how do I actually determine what kind of fan to use? When I dismantle the Zotac original piece itself, right, I was looking at the gauge over here. This is actually a 0.45 ampere. So having to say this, right, I do recall of a AFB 612 fan from Delta, 30 to 35 ampere, which is stated here. Oh, this is actually a 36. Yeah, that's right. So this is the fan that I got, whereby it does give strong current. And bonus points is that it is actually a PWM fan. It's exactly the same as what you have on the original Zotac, where you have the sensor and the RPM control. Same goes here. The tools that I've used on this project itself, right, are listed actually here, and some of them I've actually not placed down here, like the electrical drill. So what I've been using, right, are sharp blades, pen knives, X-Acto blade. Then this is a bigger blade to score the acrylic sheet so that I can break them easily instead of sawing it. A crimper, a wire stripper, screwdriver, a set of steel rules for measurements. Then this is actually known as wire concealers. Then of course plexiglass, or should I say acrylic, hole saw, and of course the electrical drill, which is not here. Can of black spray. Okay, this is pretty tough. This is actually the 3M 4010 double-sided tape. does stick very, very, very strong, right? And of course some double-sided tape, sandpaper, 180 grit and 320 grit, and of course the vinyl sheet. This is actually the carbon vinyl sheet. Then pins itself for me to actually crimp the fans. That I've actually decided to make use of the connector on the card itself, and of course this is actually a 4-pin connector. So yeah, I will show you the process whereby what I've done, and we will be only on screenshots. Welcome back. Okay, this is actually the overall outlook. I know that the card is actually not showing much at this moment. I might be doing a vertical mount later on. Okay, my system is actually booting and running. The graphic card seems fine. I've yet to do any overclocking or things like that, but probably I'll just fiddle with it later. And let me just off this switch here. And as you can see that the Zotac, right, the logo is in fact functioning. Okay, and the fan, right, I've actually filled it, so it's working fine. Alright then, thank you for joining me with this last journal PC build that I've done, and I've actually completed my whole quest. Thank you for watching.